This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.
Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for March 21, 2023, homeless hero who saved hopeless cop remains destitute. Despite pledges of assistance for a homeless man who was awarded a badge of honor for gallantry last Heroes Day after rescuing an injured cop who was left for dead in bushes of Portmore St. Catherine, he has found himself in a worse situation 5 months later. Up to last month, he was still living in bushes in Portmore St. Catherine, near the spot he and Josiah Wright found the policeman nearly a year ago, but has lost all his possessions. I get burnout, all of my things them. I lose everything and so forth. A man in the bush burn out my things then when it was my birthday month. From them burn out my things, I don't really stay in the bush anymore, said Winston Thorpe, who has been living in the bushes of St. Catherine for the last 6 years. These days he shelters between some pallets of wood he put together in the bushes adjacent to a farm he oversees in Dumbehold in St. Catherine, and is pleading for assistance with acquiring land to construct a house promised to him by the government. In an interview at the farm where cantaloupe, melon, and onion crops are grown, Thorpe said that immediately after he was awarded on Heroes Day, October 17, and the news publicized his living conditions, Culture Minister Olivia Grange called him, promising to give him a house. However, Thorpe said he was told that he would have to provide the land. The Kingstonian added that neither he nor his relatives have any available plots in Kingston or St. Catherine, the parishes he knows the best, to traverse and earn a living. And as his second to last of 8 children, a 17-year-old is said to be released from state care after her birthday next month, he is hoping he will be able to house her until she is able to sustain herself. The news has been unsuccessful in getting comments from Grange. The jack of all trades said he once lived at Wild Street in Kingston 13, but frequently went out of the parish for work. He eventually lost his residence to others who had more use for it. Everybody just capture a little abandoned building and put on a top and live. But every time I go away to look for it, maybe I don't come back till all a week time due to the work I was doing in the bush by burning coal, Thorpe explained. When I go home, I always find my little room with all my things them taken out. I continue by putting a lock on it and don't mind what they are taking because my life is still here. But I still need help to be a better man, he said. He is worried about his daughter, who will soon be released from the state's care and control. She was so stubborn, not hearing too much. The government has been taking her from me since she was 10 years old and put her at Stony Hill. I go there often to look for her because I love her. April 15 is her birthday, so I need a comfortable place that when she comes, anytime now, I could make she stay there, Thorpe said. He said he has gone to the offices of political representatives in St. Catherine, including the mayor of Portmore, seeking assistance to acquire a piece of land, but his efforts have not borne fruit so far. Thorpe said that when the owner of the Dunbeholden farm, where he is a handyman, heard of the recent fire, she gave him permission to stay there, but he told the news that it is uncomfortable and not safe for him. Where I sleep, I use some pallets. I put it on the ground, but the frogs, mongoose, and mosquito come in on me at night, and it is not safe, he said. Those interested in assisting Winston Thorpe can reach out to him by calling 876-231-9668. Semi-automatic pistol seized in Maroontown, 3 arrested. 3 people were taken into custody on Sunday following the recovery of an illegal gun along with ammunition in Maroontown, St. James. The police say a team was on patrol in the area when a snap raid was conducted at a bar in the town square. They say a CZ-75 semi-automatic pistol with a magazine containing 3 rounds of ammunition was found under a counter inside an unoccupied structure adjacent to the bar. According to the police, the gun's serial number was partially erased. Cop freed of false imprisonment conviction on appeal. A police constable who was convicted of false imprisonment for arresting a female motorist for driving with one headlight was last month freed by the Court of Appeal. Ronald Davis was found guilty of false imprisonment in April 2019 following a trial in the St. Catherine Parish Court and was sentenced to 9 months suspended for 12 months. Then, Parish Judge Tara Carr convicted the officer after concluding that his arrest of the motorist was unlawful and that he had no power of arrest. In its judgment published last month, the Court of Appeal indicated that the judge's findings was erroneous and quashed the conviction. The suspended sentence was also set aside. The driver was detained for driving with one headlight on East Street in Old Harbor, St. Catherine in January 2013. The prosecution's case at the parish court was that the motorist, when stopped, indicated that she had just taken the car to a garage to have the light repaired. When her documents were requested, she reportedly disclosed that the car belonged to her father, a superintendent of police, and that he could bring the documents as she lived nearby. But the motorist was informed by Davis that the vehicle would be seized. A female cop and another colleague were instructed to take the woman to the police station. She was then put in a cell until her father arrived with the documents. When her father arrived, an officer told the woman to exit the cell, but Davis reportedly told her that she should remain as he was going to charge her because of her attitude. In an unsworn statement in his defense, Davis admitted to stopping the motorist for driving with one headlight and that she was transported to the police station by his colleagues. However, he made no mention of the female's detention or the complaint of false imprisonment. The trial judge, however, found that the arrest was unlawful and that the motorist was injuriously detained against her will. According to her, the motorist was first detained by the female officer because of the problem with the headlight and having no driver's license, but her continued detention by Davis after the documents were brought was unlawful. Carr was of the view that the arrest would have been lawful if it resulted from the power of arrest conferred on the officer. Davis, however, appealed the conviction on the grounds that the verdict was unreasonable given the evidence and that the sentence was manifestly excessive. Davis's attorney, Robert Fletcher, argued during the appeal hearing that his client was within his rights to make a lawful arrest under Section 40 of the Road Traffic Act of 1938, which requires a notice to be issued and a fixed penalty to be paid. But he further pointed out that under Section 15 of the Constabulary Force Act, police officers have the power to arrest without a warrant, and that Section 40 makes it an offense to drive without a headlamp. Fletcher further contended that Section 116(2) of the RTA gives a constable the option to issue a fixed penalty notice, but that it is not mandatory. Hence, the detention could be unlawful. Crown Counsel Sharon Millwood Moore conceded that the judge erred when she found that the police had no lawful power of arrest, while adding that the guilty verdict was flawed. The Court of Appeal judges agreed with Fletcher's argument and the Crown's concession that the CFA gives the police the power of arrest in the circumstances where a road traffic infraction has been committed.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.